Hey there everyone, I thought I would do a fun little video about coloring supply regrets. As a color tuber or colorist on YouTube, you tend to buy a lot of supplies for the fun and thrill of hauls to just, reviewing a product for viewers to just sheer curiosity. You just buy a lot. Therefore, regrets are going to happen. So I thought I would share some of my regrets of items I purchased. Whether I purchased them out of curiosity or review, it doesn't really matter. I paid money for them. And I'll let you know why I regret them, and then maybe hopefully save you some money if you were thinking about purchasing them. So let's get started with the one right in front of me. I have not completed the review for this, but I guess you'll get a nice spoiler / early release. The Shuttle Art Pastels. So I did a swatching video on these, and they came in this tin, which has gorgeous artwork, by the way. Love it. However, these pencils are crap. I wish they... that said, they're very cheap. They were just incredibly scratchy, and considering they are a budget pencil and pastel, they should have been pretty soft. Pastels are typically soft just because of all the white in there. Even cheap brands are soft, except these. These were scratchy and horrible, which is why it's taking me a while to do the review, because I have to use them in a picture, and every time I go to use them and hear that scratch across the paper, I think twice about my life choices. So that's one of the regrets. Next are my whole collection of Ecoline liquid watercolors. Now I had gotten these because they looked so fun. I have a whole bunch, actually an embarrassingly big amount, because they went on sale one time and I grabbed them, and you know what? I've never used them. They've sat here now 4 years. So I probably need to do a supply destash, like soon, so that I can give these to someone. They're still great. They're, liquid watercolor. Never used them. It's probably because I've gotten into more actual watercolors, pans and tubes and whatnot. And yeah. So the next one is what I regret purchasing and regret not buying more of. And I regret buying the Tombos. First of all, these are not refillable, so that kind of makes it a pain. They're expensive. I was waiting for like the whole set of 100 something, it's like 140, I think, to go on sale. And then I sat there thinking, why would I do that to myself? Instead, oops, that one got mixed in there. I regret not buying more of the Lyra Aqua Brush. Same thing as the Tombow, by the way. Just as pretty, nice, bendy, beautiful brush nib. Nice, lovely bullet nib. Now, again, these aren't refillable either, but they are incredibly cheap compared to Tombow and perform just as good. I have honestly seen not a single difference in performance, longevity, what have you. In fact, if you would like a comparison video, since, I love to do my battles and verses, I am more than happy to do so. I only don't have as many Lyra colors. Like I said, I regret not buying more. However, I can go on Amazon and pick up a big pack of these. Nice juicy pack for way cheaper than the amount of Tombows I've collected. This, by the way, is not my full Tombow set. I have quite a few. I only pulled out some for example. Okay. The Sargent Art watercolor crayons. Now, I had purchased these for a comparison battle edition of watercolor crayons, and these ones by far I absolutely could not stand. They were scratchy. I know they have a protective film. I've scraped that off. I've put them on palettes. They're still scratchy. There's something wrong. Either that or I got like a really defective batch. But either way, considering the price of them, not worth it. And I do have a video on my watercolor crayon battle if you want to check that out. There's even a very surprising budget brand that you'll be like, wait, seriously? That one performed better? Yeah, it did. So look for that. Don't buy these. Next is the Sioux Color gel pen set. Now, these are all glittery, came with refills. It was like a ridiculously cheap set. They even have, I mean, they've gone all fancy and they have like names and numbers. But here's the problem. These things clog continuously. I can't get them to, well, color. I use glitter gel pens usually for like mandalas and whatnot, and I have just been so disappointed because they're constantly clogging up. So these are actually going in my supply de-stash. But yeah, they go on sale. I think I snagged them for like something stupid cheap, like 12 bucks, but it wasn't even worth the 12 bucks. Had I not waited too long to try them, I would have returned them. Pencils. The Castle Art pencils. I have never loved the Castle Art Premium. I find it interesting that they call them Premium Soft Touch because I don't see anything soft about them. Are they softer compared to the Shuttle Arts I just showed you? Yes. But they're definitely harder, dustier. That was my biggest complaint with these. Quite dusty pencils. And to be honest, I never use them. They are a budget pencil. However, Castle Art has recently hiked up the price. So now at this point, I look at these things and be like, why would anyone buy those? Don't buy them. Not for that price. The price they're offering now, there's other budget pencils you could go for. So these are definitely a regret. I can't wait till I do my pencil de-stash. But I do have a review on my channel. It's a couple years old, but you're welcome to check it out. Speaking of pencils, Arteeza's pencils. Again, another brand that was budgety, but their prices keep going up. To be honest, I can't stand these things, and I have used them. As you can see, there's some that are quite short. It's a combination factor of the wax bloom that you get, the smell. They feel more like a crayon. I don't know, there's a lot of reasons, I guess, but I was not impressed and definitely regret buying those. Along those same lines are the premium glitter gel pens from Arteeza. Don't confuse these with the ones that look similar to the jelly rolls. The ones similar to jelly rolls are gorgeous, lovely. Buy those. They're amazing. They're constantly out of stock, so if I see them, I grab them. They're so glittery. These, however, are these little ones, just like, you know, all the other brands, and they clog so much. And when they came to me, full of air bubbles, inconsistent levels, yeah, it was just beyond a waste. The Hippie Crafter watercolor brush pens. Yeah, you could kind of use these just the same as you would a Tombow or a Zig. However, I had let these sit before swatching them for a wee bit. And by sit, I mean they sat for 3 months, and every single one of these is dried out. So they have a really bad shelf life. So yeah, I would not recommend buying those, because obviously you're not going to use them up in 3 months, and if they're going to dry out in 3 months, I even tried all those cute little techniques to reconstitute them. None of it worked. They are dried up. I did notice that a lot of them seeped up into the cap, so something about it, see how it leaked out there? Something about their construction is faulty, so I wouldn't recommend wasting your money on those. Another useless pencil purchase, but one that I bought just for curiosity's sake. How do you even open this thing? The Chameleon Color Tones. The world's crappiest created pencil. Fun concept though, like they're meant to be blending groups, like this goes with this and you get the perfect blend. Horrible quality pencils. I need to get rid of these. I don't ever use them, never will. I used them in a challenge and that was the extent. Okay. Color It. I love Color It products normally. However, the Color It glitter gel pen set Lots of sparkle, pretty sparkle. However, after I started to actually use them, one, I did enjoy the fact that you can get refills for these, so that's always cool. They have names and numbers, excellent, but the problem is they kept clogging on me. Lots of air bubbles in them. My favorite brand is called the AN, I think that's how you say it, AEN. I've bought like 6 100 packs of those by now, super cheap, and never had an issue. These are very expensive, and for the price, I would expect not to sit there and mess with air bubbles. In fact, look at all the air bubbles right there as an example in that pen. So, that's a big regret buy. Okay. Last but not least is the Dragonfly glazes. I have quite a few. I should probably pull them all out for you, huh? I have all these Dragonfly glazes, and I thought these would be so cool, but they're not. 2 are top coats, and then these 3 are the color shifting ones. So this one goes like green, gold, red. This is a full spectrum shift. Oh, this is a top coat too. I just never ended up really using them in my adult coloring pages, but I kind of got them and bought them for the hype that everyone was using them. And then I just wasn't into it. So it was kind of a waste of money if you think about it. So definitely a regret for me. But yeah, and I think I got them on sale at the time. So that was why I justified it, but still. Posca paint pens. I will never buy these again. I know everyone recommends them. They're used quite often. They are so transparent. I need an opaque white pen if I'm going to, well, I don't know, use a white acrylic paint pen. This is one of my fatter ones. However, the first time I went to use these, I couldn't get it to cover any lines on my pages, even though I've seen a million tutorials where they get it done. And I thought it was just me, but then I watched more and more and realized, nope, people are doing either like double coats, triple coats. Who has time for that? Instead, I buy actually a very cheap brand of white acrylic paint pen that uses just one coat and is opaque enough to cover in one, smooth sweep. So I definitely regret going for Posca. It was just kind of popular, recommended by everyone, and there you go. So the last regret I cannot show you because I sold it because, well, I had to. Very expensive set of pencils that everyone loves, and I'm one of the few that hate it. In fact, I have a review on my channel, and I am officially the holbein hater of the coloring community. So I will put an image of the video, but I bought the holbein colored pencils, bought into the hype, yada yada, thought they were going to be amazing, went to use them. Oh my gosh, they were horrible. I couldn't stand them. They didn't work for my style. I constantly struggled to use them. I had spent a lot of money because they are ridiculously priced. And so I did sell them to one of my subscribers. Thank you for buying those, by the way. Most pencils that I dislike, I just leave in my stash. However, I will be destashing those, but I did sell the holbeins because there was 0 point in holding on to a set of pencils that at the time I got them, which was a few years ago, was almost $400. And yeah, just having them sit there and collect dust. So, one gal's opinion on that one. If you can, avoid holbein. Or you can watch my review and make up your own mind. I do recommend watching my review actually on the holbeins because I explain why they didn't work for me. However, they may work for you because I know there's a lot of people that love holbein colored pencils. But it is an interesting review, and as with all my reviews, despite the fact that I absolutely loathed holbeins to the extent where I'm known as that holbein hater in this world, I did keep it very unbiased and explained why I didn't like them, but why they could work for others. So before you go drop a ton of money on those bad boys, because they're still not cheap. I saw the price on Blick. Ew. I would definitely watch that review. I'll try to remember to link it in below, or maybe I'll leave it as one of my end cards. But yeah, those are my biggest coloring supply regrets. These are all things I rarely use or things I wish I would have not bought or, bought the other version. And eventually I will be doing a supply de-stash. Gotta get through the book one first, but thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, take care. Bye now.